welcome to Listertainment, the channel that promises entertainment but never delivers any. And please check out my merch so you can help support my channel. On today's video, we'll be looking at some fighters that got knocked out after the bell went off. The fighters have trouble hearing the bell go off sometimes because they are so full of adrenaline and just want to keep punching their opponent. But it's the ref's obligation to step in there right as the bell goes off in order to prevent this from happening. But like some of these videos, they were too scared to step in there or they were just too slow. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below. And make sure to turn on those notifications. Let's get started. In 2014, the super featherweight champion Argenis Mendes was facing off against Francis Barthelemy, and this fight was over quick in the second round.
Advantage again. Barthelemy has all the edges. He can do it on the outside. He can be the stronger guy inside and drops him again.
Clearly those punches were after the bell, but the ref still counted Mendes out, giving Barthelemy the win. Later, the Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry overturned this decision and ruled it a no decision, giving Mendes back his title. Mendes was actually put down in this fight for the first time in his career right before the knockout blow. They had a rematch and Barthelemy was able to pull out the win via unanimous decision and became the champion for reals this time. Marlon Starling was the WBA welterweight champion, and in 1988 he was making his third defense against Tommy Molinares, and this fight ended in the 6th round.
Watch the right hand. But most of the uppercuts, those are the type of punches that raise the chin of the opponent for the left hook.
Joe Cortez, who was the referee that night, as well as the boxing commissioner that night, stated that they felt like the punch was started before the bell rang, meaning that it was already in motion, so they declared the punch legal, and Cortez counted out the champion, giving the win to Molinares. Later, after reviewing the video, the boxing commissioner retracted his statement and said that the fight would be declared a no contest since the punch was thrown after the bell. The WBA, however, ignored this ruling and all the evidence and still gave Molinares the belt. That is insane. That punch was clearly started after the bell had sounded. In the most messed up fight ending that you will ever see, and maybe the reason that there should be an age limit for referees, comes this fight between Briggs and Christoph Glowacki. The craziness started in the second round when Glowacki punched Briggs in the back of the head, but before the referee could step in, Briggs got him back with an elbow.
Sort of caught Glowacki off balance slightly.
Oh, that's an elbow's coming.
Glowacki fell to the ground after that devastating elbow. Meanwhile, the referee didn't even realize why he was on the ground. When he finally figured it out, he deducted a point from Briggs. Then we came to the worst part.
Tremendous shot and the end of what a round, and he's wobbled again, Glowacki. The bell's gone, they're carrying on. Come on, referee, I can hear it, get in there.
That bell had been going out for like 5 seconds before the referee finally jumped in with a lot of fear. Then he counted Glowacki for the knockdown before being informed that the round was over. Then he called off the fight. But then he allowed the third round to continue before Briggs finally put Glowacki down for the last time.
Above me now. This is a slugfest. This is brilliant. This is an absolute slugfest. Bring it on. Bring it on. He's going.
Buster Douglas was facing off against Luevano in 1997, when in the very first round something very unfortunate happened. First, I gotta say that Monaco looks like a beast that should have a better record than the 16 wins and 39 losses that he had. Anyway, he got a punch after the bell on Buster that put him down hard as the referee came in just a half second too slow to stop it. Buster Douglas was given a chance to recover and given the standard 5 minutes, but he was unable to, so the ref disqualified Monaco and gave Douglas the win. Douglas was badly hurt early in the round, so many people think that he pretended not to be able to recover since he felt Monaco's power and was scared. But that punch was pretty hard, so I think that he was hurt by it. In 1972, Ken Buchanan was a champion in the lightweight division, but there was an up-and-comer who would turn out to be one of the greatest boxers of all time in Roberto Duran. The fight ended after the 13th round when Duran landed a blow after the bell.
Seconds to go in the round.
throwing punches after the bell, but Duran truly ended it by landing a body shot that Buchanan said was a low blow, and he fell to the canvas in extreme pain. The ref said that the fight was over since the champion was unable to continue, as he never saw the low blow. A hospital examination later revealed that Buchanan did indeed have severe damage to his testicles, although Duran's fans said that he faked it and never should have traded shots with Duran after the bell. But if you look closely, the ref is at fault since he jumped on Duran's back and caused his uppercut to be low. Maybe that's why he refused to believe Buchanan, because he would have to admit that it was his fault. Jose Scottegi and Andre Dorell first fought in 2017, and many believe that the ending was very controversial, and it was for more than just what happened at the end of the 8th round. Scottegi was disqualified after these punches that were right at and after the bell, as the referee ruled them to be intentional. A ton of people disagree with this call, and so do I, because Scottegi was already in the middle of his combination, and it is extremely hard to stop yourself in these scenarios. Then, to rule them intentional just seems insane. Later though, Dorell's uncle went a little insane and attacked Scottegi in his corner. Dorell's uncle was arrested and banned from ever being in a boxing corner again. In 2009, the champion Steven Luevano was able to hold onto his belt after the challenger Bernabe Concepcion did the stupidest thing possible. There is no way that he didn't hear the bell. That has to be one of the loudest bells I've ever heard in my life. Luevano was turning in another magnificent performance on his way to another win, being very elusive, and maybe Concepcion saw this as a good opportunity to land a good shot on the champion. Further proof is that Luevano is so elusive. Did Concepcion not think that it was weird that he was just standing right in front of him with his hands down? The ref immediately disqualified Concepcion, with his coach Freddie Roach freely admitting that it was very warranted. Terry Norris and Luis Santana fought 3 times, with Norris getting disqualified in the first 2 fights for illegal blows. In the first fight, he hit Santana in the back of the head and he got disqualified.
And Santana looking to take advantage. Santana stunned him a little bit, but he's hurt. Santana goes.
Norris admitted that he did punch him in the back of the head, but he said it was just a glancing shot, and that Santana was faking being injured. In the rematch in 1995, once again Norris was too anxious to win the fight, and at the end of round 3, he did this.
Puts the pressure on. Final seconds of round 3. And they fight after the bell, and Terry
Norris claimed that he never heard the bell, but that thing went off way before he landed that finishing blow. I kinda have to blame the ref a bit here, because he made it seem like he was going to restart the fight, even though the round was over. Maybe he thought that when Norris was touching his back, it was actually Santana's corner, so he didn't think that there would be more action. In the 3rd fight, Norris finally got the win via a knockout.
They were down the clock. There was a good comeback. Another right hand. And that's it. Just stops the fight.
This is the fight between Zahir Rahim and Ali Funeka back in 2008. Rahim came into this fight as a top contender and was completely upset by Funeka, who earned the right to challenge the lightweight champion in Nate Campbell. Funeka was able to put down Rahim 3 times in this fight before the final knockdown.
Well, everybody expects Ali to finish off this fight.
The final punch was extremely tight. I saw it coming right after the bell, but the referee and the official said it was right at the bell, so they gave Funeka the win by knockout at 2 minutes and 59 seconds of the 4th round. In this fight, Funeka was able to use his quick hands to land his right hand non-stop and was able to put him away. I don't know how the fight ending wasn't more controversial, because I can clearly hear the bell before the final swing is taken. Let's end with the most terrifying man in boxing history, and that is Mike Tyson. Here he was fighting against Orland Norris back in 1999. This was a fight that had been delayed for 10 years, as many believe that before Tyson lost to Buster Douglas in 1990, Norris was a good contender to fight Tyson, but since Tyson lost, it never happened. When it finally did happen, it only lasted 1 round.
Over like you do, and coil and spring.
Punching out it. Right to the tail as we head for the bell.
That was a punch while they were talking.
Oh, and he hits him after the bell, and Norris goes down.
Tyson got a punch after the bell that knocked down Norris right after the bell went off. Norris was allowed to go back to his corner and tried to recover and start the second round, but he never came out of his corner. He stated that he had hurt his knee during the knockdown and was unable to fight. Tyson was furious, calling out Norris for being a coward, for not wanting to continue, and that he was lying about being injured. The fight was ruled a no contest, but Norris did fall in a very awkward position right on his knee, so it's possible that he was actually hurt. But he was able to walk pretty well after he got up. I'm not sure what to believe, but Tyson was the aggressor in this fight, so maybe Norris was scared a bit. A single punch after the bell is hard to believe that it is not intentional, but if you're in the middle of a combination, then that's a whole other story. Once you decide in a combination, it's hard to change it since it's all muscle memory and just comes out fast and natural. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.